If you would, at this time, go ahead and mute your mics. That way we don't have a ton of feedback. You can hear, but that way you don't have any feedback or anything like that. And it looks like we got everybody here. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started. And I'm assuming everybody can hear me okay. Coach Durnan, you keep your mic unmuted. That way you can hear. Thumbs up. Everybody give me a thumbs up. You can hear good. Awesome. Taylor, I see you. All right. So, guys, I want to welcome you to our first and hopefully last Zoom banquet. I know this isn't exactly what we had hoped would happen for our banquet this year, but I could not let this year end without giving some kind of opportunity for us to come together one last time and do some recognition of our players and of our year. So I want to thank all of you here. This is a historical moment. You know me, I teach history. You guys, you're going to remember this for the rest of your lives. So, let's make the best of this. This is going to be an awesome period of time. Now, I will say, Zoom, I don't know for sure how long they're going to give us. We know 45 minutes is a for sure. So we're going to move pretty quick tonight. And if they give us more time at the end and y'all want to chat and whatnot, you can use that time. I hope everybody give me a thumbs up if you went and got your pizza order tonight. All right, cool. So here's what I'm going to do at the credit that is for you at Brucci's. I'm going to leave it there for the rest of the week. If you didn't get it tonight, but you want to get it another night, go do that. Take advantage, use that credit. And then what I'm going to do is Saturday, go up there and cash out the credit for a gift card for anybody who did not get theirs. And then I'll just mail it to you and you can use it whatever time you want. But the intent was for you guys to get to use it tonight. But if you didn't, that's okay. Totally understand. So I'll give you all more information on that later on. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start out with Coach Durnan. Coach Durnan is going to talk a little bit about JV as he announces awards. I'll hold up the award kind of like that, but you're looking at the back of it. And what we'll do is for you guys who will be joining us this summer, as we see you during the summer, we'll give you your certificates. Varsity, you'll get your bars. You guys who lettered this year, you'll get that. And then you'll obviously get your awards. Seniors, I am going to hand deliver your stuff to you, okay? So I will look up your addresses and come and bring your stuff to you, all right? So if that's cool with you, I want you guys to have that stuff. But everybody else, I expect to see you here in June. So, Coach Durnan, it's your show, man.
All right.
Take it away.
So, JV season was a lot of fun this year. Being on the JV team is about getting better as an individual player and learning how to play with, with all the other players on the team. So throughout the season, I thought everybody individually did get better as the season went on. And then at the beginning of the year, I always look at 2 games that we play that are kind of like our championship games because we don't have a playoff or anything. So every year we just got to beat Bartram. I want to beat Bartram at home, and I want to beat Bartram at Bartram. And I was really happy this year we were able to do that on the JV team, pulling out a pretty incredible win at home with Leah Crenshaw, dropping in that floater with time expiring and then, pointing to the crowd and telling everybody to be quiet over on the Bartram side was pretty cool to experience and to see you guys overcome in that game. So that was probably the highlight of my season. And then we went to Bartram and we shut them up pretty well there as well with a defensive performance for the history books. So it was a really fun season, and I appreciate all the work that you all put in. So for awards, Cashwell, you ready with the awards?
Gotcha, my man.
All right, so I got 3 awards. So we're doing the offensive player, defensive player, and then the coaches award for the JV team. So we'll start off with the I don't know which one is that you have right in front of you.
I will do whatever one you want.
All right,
I got them all sitting right here.
We can start off with the offensive player award, and that would go to none other than MG Walters for having the highest point total. Yep, everybody, yay! Spirit hands, yeah. MG, she scored I think 7 or 8 points a game for us. She was attacking the basket constantly. Got better as the season went on. Got more confidence in what she was doing offensively. And she won the offensive player award for us right now, but she was still a really good defensive player too. And so you like to see that, a well-rounded kid who can do good things on both ends of the court. So congrats, MG. We really appreciated all you did this year for us. And so moving on to the Defensive Player of the Year award. The Defensive Player of the Year award for us goes to Jacqueline. And Jacqueline came into the season, looking to prove herself as a really tough defensive kid who can battle around the basket, grab rebounds when you need them, play really smart, intelligent defense. And she did that throughout the season. It's not just about the stats. Like the rebounds are big, but the stats don't show the full picture of what Jacqueline was able to give us on defense, sliding into help and really, kind of dictating how we were going to play man defense throughout the season. So thank you for all the work that you did this year, Jacqueline. We really appreciated it. So yay, Jacqueline. And then finally, our coaches award this year. And this is kind of a unique, interesting thing. The coaches award doesn't necessarily have to be your best offensive player or your best defensive player. It's really for that kid who is consistently lifting up the team and performing on both ends of the court and being a leader, and just kind of has that. On ESPN, they always talk about like that it factor, like that kid's gonna rise to the occasion and give you a good performance no matter if it's against a good team or a bad team. So this year, for the second year in a row, Leah Crenshaw earned the Coaches Award. She just is one of those kids that you love having on your team. You love coaching her, and she performs on both ends of the court and just helps lift up everybody on the team. And so that's really appreciated by everybody in the program. And we really appreciate everything Leah's done this year. So those are our 3 awards for JV. And then I see we've got everybody else who was on the JV team this year. I see you guys. I see all your faces. And I just want you all to know I appreciate everything you all did. You put in a ton of work this year. And I really look forward to seeing you guys over the summer and into next season, seeing, a lot of you guys take another step forward in your progress with the program. So thank you, everybody, for all your work.
All right, thank you, Coach Dernan. Guys, I could not have done this without the help of the coaches, Coach Dernan, Coach Ford, Coach Miller, this is definitely a team effort when it comes to the coaching part, and I think the successes of our JV program, that's very much a testament to the strong coaching staff we have. So thank you, Coach Dernan, for doing such a great job with the JV, and Coach Ford, Coach Miller. You guys are always helping out, lending out a hand as well with, help trying to bring in the next generation of Knights. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the varsity part of our program. So just to talk about our year, this was a pretty exciting year for us. Um, One aspect of it was the fact that we were transitioning into hang on just a second. Kalea is trying to get in a different way. Pausing there. All right, but we were transitioning into a ranking system, which had not been done before in basketball, and so it was real important that this year we played games where we played a lot of quality opponents and performed well. And I got to say, I'm very pleased with how we did this year. We had the toughest schedule in Lady Knights history this year. And I feel like our team really rose to the occasion. One of the big things this year that we set out a goal for was to bring home that district title. And I felt like from the very beginning of the year, you guys had already set your minds to that. You had already in your mind said, this is ours. and I was so proud of watching you guys treating it like business. We're going to make that district title ours. So, varsity, I went to the room. There it is right there. And there's a little newspaper clipping right there. That was in the World Golf newspaper. I didn't even know there was a World Golf Village newspaper, but there it is. That harkens back to the old days where they actually put stuff in newspapers. So I put that on there. But guys, you are forever in history going to be remembered because you brought home a district title. So great job. Um, I feel like this year, you guys, like I said, you did a great job. This is the most successful Lady Knights basketball team in all of history. Our record was 16-9. It wasn't the best record, but it also was a reflection of the really tough opponents that we played. And I feel like as we move into next year, I think now we've kind of set the tone that we've gotten that off of our back. The district championship should be a thing that we always know is going to be normal for us. Now we need to bring home a regional championship, and that's going to be our goal. One last thing I do want to say is that here recently, we've seen a lot of media coverage on all area teams, all county teams. Coach Dernan has been posting a lot of stuff on Twitter, and so one aspect of that is I'm very proud of the young ladies who have been recognized. Taylor, Maddie, and Emily being recognized in various capacities for um, you know for making an all area team, an honorable mention. That just really it really puts our program on a bigger stage. So I'm very proud of you girls. I love seeing your names there. You don't know how much Coach Dernan and I, we look and we're like, yes, our girls have got to be there, and we're, sometimes we question some of the picks that are made and above our own kids, but that's natural. But we think you're the best, and guys, congratulations to you guys. So, real quick, I just want to go through what I decided to do to kind of make things short and sweet. I wanted to talk about one quick memory for each player, one memory that stood out before I get into awards, and and then we'll move on. So I want to start out. I'm going to start from our freshman and move up. So Kayla Castor, first one. Kiddo, I'm so proud of you this year. The one memory that stands out to me about you this year was at Columbia. It was on a Saturday. We went and played. And yes, they were a very physical team. They played hard. They were beating us up. We were struggling to get a good inside game going, and it looked like this game was slipping away. And we got you in there, and kid, you went to work, and really, I felt like you kind of gave us a second breath in that game, and really kind of kept it competitive right till the end. We ended up losing, I know that, but Caleb, for a freshman to step in there and against a team like that, you did a real good job. Real proud of you, kiddo. Melissa, um, for Melissa, biggest memory is Bartram. One of the things I love about you, Melissa, is that you're willing to drive that ball to the basket. And there was one play where Emily was coming down the floor in transition. She kicks to you in the corner, and you drive over the top into the paint. And your man is on you tight, and Dylan is standing right there in the middle of the paint, ready to block your shot. And you go up hard. She misses the block. You make the shot, and you get fouled. And as you come to the ground, those two fall to the ground, and it's like you just walk away from the catastrophe, and you're getting ready to shoot your free throw. That made me so proud to watch that. I mean, the freshman just to take on the world and go score. It's a great job, Melissa. All right, Peyton. Again at Bartram. I can't see your sign there, Emily. You have to try that again. How do I remember that stuff? I remember lots of stuff. Anyways, Peyton, again, I go back to Bartram. Big game for you, 6 blocks. But what was special about those blocks was like you had an uncanny ability to target those blocks so that one of us can get it and turn it into a steal. So it was like always a combo stat, the block, then the steal. So it was either Taylor was right there waiting to take the steal, Emily was ready to take the steal, and it was just a finesse thing. Great job. 6 blocks on a high quality team, on a rival. That I will remember as just a great thing that you did this year. Emily, Emily McIntosh. My favorite memory about you is the Emily Hop. I can tell when Emily is having a great time because when something good happens, she puts those arms down beside her and she gets real tight and strong and she yells out, "Let's go!" And you could tell she is just having a great time. She's in her element, and I just call that the Emily Hop. She just bounces up and down, and you can tell she is excited. She'll even hang that hand high for a little while after hitting a three. That just I love seeing that. Ellie, big memory I remember is we were playing Parker at First Coast, and you talk about court awareness, you talk about paying attention to the clock. I remember the one play. Kalea is about to shoot a half court buzzer beater, and she comes up just a little bit short, but you come screaming through the paint, grab it, lay it back up, and the buzzer goes off. And to me, it was like, I remember that play, and it was just like, way to be aware of what's going on, kid. I love that. So great job. Jordan, I don't see your face there, but I'm going to assume you're in here. So, Jordan, my most favorite play for you, kiddo, is Fletcher. We drew up a 3-point play for you, and it didn't go quite as planned, but you caught that thing on the perimeter. You called up the bank, and that thing went in, and the whole bench went nuts. I loved it. I watched that on the film, and I love watching our teammates just jumping up and down, excited. That was an exciting game. So that was my favorite memory of Jordan. Taylor, Taylor Gardner. Biggest memory is Middleburg. So Middleburg, the first half of that game was a tough game. I think you had only scored like 2 points in the first half. But in the second half, Taylor came alive and she put up 22 points in the second half. And it's very reminiscent of Taylor. She would do these kind of things in practice where, yeah, her team is down. We're in a real competitive drill. The clock's rolling. And then all of a sudden, Taylor would say, okay, team's on my shoulder. Let's go. And several times we would be in those blood drills and she would come from far behind and end up winning. And that's the kind of tenacity I love seeing. And Taylor, that's my biggest memory of you is just watching the night and day performance, second half performance of Taylor, just going all out. Maddie, biggest memory, kiddo, obviously Fletcher. We knew something was about to happen that game when the halftime buzzer went off on the inbound play, thrown to you at half court, and you turn and chuck that thing up there, and it goes in. And yes, exactly. We knew something special was going to happen. As a matter of fact, our team broke a record with that game, hitting 15 3-pointers. That's the most in Lady Knights history of 3-pointers hit in a single game. And obviously, 7 of them were yours. So that is a memory I will always remember is that special night. Anna, Atlantic Coast. That game was your game, kiddo. There were several times where you were just banging on people, but there was one particular time. Emily O'Mara, why are you in my car? Nice. All right. There was one particular time I remember that the people started backing off of you because they just were tired of just getting beat up, and you caught the ball on one block and you decided to do a reverse layup to the other, and it was just like the perfectly executed Mikan drill, and it was all on air because nobody wanted to be around you anymore. And it was just a great game for you. I think you scored 10 points in that game. It was a great job. And then Kalea. Kalea, are you there? Okay, saving the best for last, sure. Kalea. Kalea is always the kind of the commander on the floor, keeps us kind of calm and cool, checks in with the coach and find out what's going on. But there was one play that we almost thought we were going to lose Kalea, and it was at St. Augustine. She was guarding her man so hard. I think it was number 5, so it was like 5-on-5, if that's not mistaken. But anyways, Gardner hard. I think Kalea had deflected the ball out of bounds, and the girl got so angry with Kalea and shoved her, and I'm losing it. And I'm looking at Kalea, and I could see it on Kalea's face. It was like, aha, gotcha. And that's how Kalea is. She's just calm and cool, for the most part. But I will never forget that moment where you just kind of kept it together. And that was just one of those moments that shows maturity. So great job to all of you guys. Now let's talk about some special awards here. Okay. Um, so I always try to emphasize that this is a team sport, and the importance of team is of the utmost. But there are times when you have to recognize the individual achievement as well. And so we do give out a couple of special awards. I don't like to overdo it with awards because I want them to stay special. So let's talk about our awards: the sword, the shield, and the Knights Award. When I came up with these names, I tell this every year. I think about the knight, the sword being the offensive weapon, the shield being the defensive weapon. Your Knights Award, nobility, chivalry. That's the kind of person that should be your knight. So let's talk about the sword award. So the sword award this year um, is actually going to really, it's quite simple. The person who scores the most points has the highest point average. So this year's sword award is going to go to Taylor Gardner with 355 points and 14.2 points per game. It's a great job, Taylor. Now, we're not done. So, on occasion, there are times when we combine the sword and the shield award. And this year it was very, very tough because I feel like this year we did a great job defending. But this year, again, Taylor with steals, with defensive rebounds, and just an overall prowess for defense. I mean, if we need a lockdown player, Taylor is that player. And so this year, the award is actually combined into one award. So this year, the award is the Sword and Shield Award. We've only done this one other time in history, and that will go to Taylor Gardner. Great job, Taylor. Okay. Our Knights Award. So again, we look for somebody who has good character, chivalrous, who cares about their teammates. And this year it was hands down. This was probably the easiest to give, um, and really it was because of this player's ability to lift her teammates up, and by far her ability to get the bench going. Okay. And so this year's Knights Award, very coachable player, got better this year. We started to depend on her a little bit more than we did last year, but most importantly, how she treated her teammates and just what kind of player she was from the bench. And that award will go to Ellie Alderman. Ellie, great job, kiddo. All right. So I love this part. I like to do record breaker stuff. Um, every year, Coach Darnan and I this year we sat down and looked at the records and throughout the season, looking at who's getting close and things like that. Um, but I love it when we can show that our kids are breaking records. And if you've ever gone on and looked at our website, we keep a very detailed record book of the Lady Knights basketball program from day one. And every year we always get kids who are doing a great job breaking records. So let's start off with one of our record breakers. We had three record breakers this year. This one I'm really proud of. I'm really proud of all of them, but this one especially because of how this record was obtained. This record was broken, most field goals made in a game. Now the current record was 11. This player also got 11, but I'm counting this as a record broken. Her name will go in the books because the team that she broke it against was against our quarterfinal opponent, Columbia High School. And Columbia High School, we all know, was not an easy team. We knew we had an uphill battle having to play them in the quarterfinals after playing them earlier in the year. So I am counting this as a record broke. Her name is the in the books, and that record goes to Emily McIntosh. 11 field goals made, guys. That's pretty hard to do. That's a lot of baskets being made, and I know it doesn't sound like it is, but it really is. Okay, so great job, Emily. There. Next record. This one, this player actually did some special things this year. Actually broke two records. Actually broke two career records in her junior year. Now, generally, you wouldn't break a record for career uh, stats until you're a senior, but this player did it as a junior. So, most field goals made in a career with 315, most steals in a career with 185. And to top it off, she added in one more record to be broken, most free throws made in a season at 73. Record goes to Taylor Gardner. And last but not least, we all probably could figure out this one. It happened on February 4th, 2020. Coach Durnan and I and Ford and Miller, we were all like giddy on the sideline thinking, okay, it is going to happen this game. And sure enough, it did. So, um, with the most threes made in a game at 7 versus Fletcher High School in the district semifinal on February 4th, 2020, and the most threes made in career history at 138. Record breaker, Maddie Lippy. Did I spell it right, Maddie? Give me a thumbs up. Did I spell it right? Yeah, all right. I got it right this time. Took me 4 years, but I got it right. Okay. All right. Last but not least, I think I've got everything here. My senior awards. I always do something special for my seniors. And so when I first took over this job, I thought about what's something special I could do for seniors to kind of be symbolic of the journey that they have gone through here at Creekside and being a valuable member for 4 long years or just being here throughout their senior year. So I have what's called the Key Award. And every year I read the poem. I wrote this poem. I kind of dabble in a little bit of poetry every now and then. So I wrote this poem. It's about the key. And all of you seniors, you'll get one of these right here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's a key pen that goes on your varsity letter. Okay. Now, the reason I chose the key was I was watching a program one time and somebody was getting a key to the city, kind of like a significant homage to the things they had done great to this in the city. And getting a key to the city, it's kind of like you're always welcome back home. Well, seniors, that is exactly how we feel about you. You are always welcome back home because once a night, always a night. So I'm going to read the poem here about the key, and then I'll show you the plaque that you guys got. So here we go. From the first day you became a Lady Knight of Creekside, you took on a responsibility that would keep your time tied. Preseason starts with sprints at the track and agilities on the court. We would even take those jogs with Coach that he swore were short. Season starts early morning practice one day, late evening the next, getting a heads up that you have early morning weightlifting via text. Game days come, and now the pressure is mounting, putting together the skills and the drills, and now the points they will be counting. From August to February, you gave your blood, sweat, and tears day after day and through multiple years. People wonder why one would put so much time into playing this game. The running, the jumping, and even more running seems lame. What they do not get in this game, it teaches more than just the X's and O's. It's the character, hard work, and perseverance from you that grows. When years later you meet new challenges in your everyday life, it's the true lessons of basketball that carry you through strife. But now that you are a senior and your work here is complete, it's time to sprint along now and keep moving your feet. But if you ever find yourself in a place wishing these memories to see, you are always welcome back to the castle. You now have the key. And there you go, ladies. So, all of you guys, I love you guys, seniors. Anna, this one's yours, but you guys will be getting a plaque like this. I hope you can see it, but it's got the poem on there and it's got your name and the date and so forth. So you can hang it wherever you want to hang it or leave it in a box, which is generally what happens to them down the road. But seniors, I sure appreciate all of you. Um, you know this was a very special group of seniors to me. You guys have been with me for 4 straight years, and so you are always going to be that special group. And I know it's three, but trust me, I've been around you so long it feels like four. Okay, so you guys are a special group. You'll always be special to me, and I'm very, very proud of you guys. I wish you all the best. I know all of you guys have good plans after school. Maddie, you're going to be going on to play college ball, and that's always something we love to see is a knight who's moving on to play at another level. But Kalea, Anna, you guys are going on and you're doing special things as well. Going to school. You're going to continue your careers. You're going to be successful people, and that really is the true testament to our program is what kind of people do we produce in the end? Not so much players, but what kind of people do we produce? And that's what makes me the most proud. So, good job to you seniors. I'm very happy. And I see everybody there cheering. I'm very happy for you guys. Um, Outside of
Love you,
that,
Cashwell.
thank you, Maddie. Love you too, kiddo. Um, Outside of that, I think that is all of the awards. I think we've gotten everything. Last thing I want to say again, um, thank you again, coaches, Coach Ford, Coach Durnan, Coach Miller. Like I said, I can't do this without having a staff that I can not only call good coaching comrades, but family. And these guys are my family. I love these guys. I know Coach Ford. But anyways, these guys are my family. When the nights get long and it feels like we're just dragging. These are the guys who understand that process, and so it's good to have them there. Um, Parents, I want to thank all of you. I know this is just as big a commitment for you as it is for the players. You're constantly on the go. You're in the concession stand. You're volunteering here. You're paying money there. It is a commitment. I get that, but I sure appreciate you, parents. Good for better or for worse. I still appreciate all my parents um, because I know what quality kids we have in this program, and that's the biggest thing I'm most thankful of is the great kids we have, and I know that's part of our success is how great our kids are. Outside of that, guys, this will conclude our ceremony. Last couple of announcements here. I hope you guys have read the emails I sent about summer activities. I know we're kind of in a weird question mark time period. Our school is shutting down the gym till June 15th, but we are planning on getting in there on June 15th. But what that's going to entail is you guys make sure you get all your athletic clearance done. Make sure you've gone through your videos. Check out that email. Make sure you've done all the prerequisite stuff so that you're ready. In the coming week, next week, I'm going to be sending out information to your parents about protocols of what we have to do in order to be able to use the gym. So I will get that information out to you. And lastly, Coach Durnan has been putting together a senior highlight film. He and I worked together, putting some clips together. He did all of the mixing of music, all the technical part. So what I'm going to do is when we get off of this meeting, I am going to be sending out the link to that video. Now I know Coach Durnan has mentioned to a lot of you about this YouTube channel that we have started. Lady Knights have now got a YouTube channel. where we are just posting highlights. We're going to be posting commentary. I'm going to be doing interviews with players. This is going to be kind of a one-stop shop for people to get to know you as the player. It'll be mainly a recruiting tool is what we're looking for, is to help colleges be able to tap into who is playing at Creekside. But really, the highlight films are for a lot of fun too, is you guys get to see some of the cool stuff you did. So what we decided to do is put together a senior highlight film. So as soon as we get off here, I'm going to send the link, and you guys check it out. But outside of that, the rest of you, we are working on highlight films for you guys. We want to get you up there. We want to showcase our kids and the special things that are happening at Creekside. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate you coming and joining us tonight. I know this was kind of an odd thing, but you know what? I wanted to make this happen. I wanted us to be able to recognize our players, and I appreciate all of you, and I love all you guys. And y'all have a great summer. And you guys, we'll see you in June. So I'm going to let you guys talk. Use the time to talk. I'm opening it up. Y'all go for it.
Bag.
All right, we started. Blue,
Orange.
coral, cranberry, black.
Rose.
Rose, I just saw you.
Rose.
Right,
Uh-oh,
internet
we got a
connection
old woman in the chat.
Last year, I got the award for most likely to trip over their own feet. Where is that award this year?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't do that. Sorry guys.
Tightness.
I know the seniors last year did that thing, but like we didn't.
I'm not a mute.
Yeah, sorry.
We'll do it
Sorry
next
about
time.
it. At least there was no drama this year.
We'll text it in the group chat.
Hey,
Yeah.
guys, I just sent the link. If you want to go check out the senior highlight, you should have it. So check your email.
Thanks,
up?
coaches.
Hey, Durnan and Cashwell, thank you guys so much for that.
We appreciate you guys.
Thank you guys.
No problem.
Thanks, Ford.
I'll ball you up in Call of Duty, dude. No cap.
Seriously.
Oh, we play
No
Guitar
cap.
Hero at my house.
Oh, you guys have Guitar Hero?
Yeah.
Sparkling water.
Ford, we should go play Guitar Hero.
Yeah. Guess what we played on? We played on the PS2. PS2.
Dude, I got my old 360 with a bunch of controllers. Let's go.
Taylor, tell Cody I said what's up.
He's right here.
And Jordan. Are you watching us on the TV?
No, this way.
Emily, unmute yourself. Emily, unmute yourself.
Ernie, did you record?
Oh, yeah, I'm still recording right now. Sorry.
Okay, good.
Carl.
We want to have this forever.
Emily.
Cashwell.
Emily, you were cracking me up that whole
It's in the cup, Cashwell.
Play it. You're being drowned out. I go into the chat.
What is happening?
Playing music.
No.